time he locked me in containers with his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying.
The familiar sound of classic rock filled the cab. My partner sat beside me, staring out the window or occasionally glancing at the map. But as the night wore on, I started to hear something. Faint at first, almost like a whisper. It was a muffled sound, coming from the trailer behind us. At first I thought it might just be the cargo shifting. But the longer I listened, the less it sounded like something natural. It was rhythmic, almost like a knock, and it sent a chill down my spine. When we stopped to switch drivers,
and we were meeting so many girls, and girls from Love and Hip Hop was coming in the house, and celebrities was there, and all of this stuff. But it started to get real weird. You know, it was a lot of drugs, and like, I don't do hard like that. Like, I was smoking weed, you know.
If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person.
The first time I met Oprah, I was 15 years old. I was taken by my parents to a house in Simi Valley. I didn't have to do anything with her. I met her.
For each, we asked for the identity of witnesses. We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues. We check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit.
Anonymous, a John Doe, Los Angeles quote-unquote celebrity who is suing Tony Busby for civil extortion and intentional infliction of emotional distress, saying that he's bringing these claims for the purpose of extorting large sums of money and that
A new video is going viral featuring an unconfirmed truck driver who allegedly used to work for Diddy and is now exposing some dark truths. Before I dive into it, I want to clarify that this is all alleged, as the so-called truck driver has not provided any proof. According to the story circulating online, this driver was promised a cool $1 million for 2 rides, half of the cash up front before even hitting the road, and the rest once the job was completed. The gig involved hauling some super secretive cargo, allegedly to Diddy's property, rumored to be near a shipping container facility. Upon arriving at Diddy's Detroit mansion, the driver and his colleague reportedly witnessed a crew unloading heavily guarded locked containers. It didn't take much to imagine the worst, possibly even human cargo. Again, this is just a story making rounds online and going viral, without any substantial evidence to back it up. However, if it were true, it aligns with other allegations tied to Diddy's numerous lawsuits. For instance, TTA Wallace, an aspiring singer-songwriter, claims her introduction to Diddy's so-called satanic world began with an invitation from a Saudi prince. According to her, she was flown from Los Angeles to Miami under the guise of a glamorous networking opportunity. However, as she later revealed, things took a dark turn when she entered one of Diddy's notorious freak-off parties. Wallace described the unsettling atmosphere, with girls dressed like Harajuku Barbies, complete with red lipstick and outfits designed to make them appear older. Another victim, Allie Carter, has been making shocking accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, portraying a deeply disturbing picture. According to Carter, these weren't your typical Hollywood wild parties. She alleges they were satanic rituals. She emphasized that they weren't just freak-offs, but full-blown satanic rituals. Even more chilling, Carter claims these events weren't limited to adults. She alleges that as a child she was thrown into these horrifying scenes at parties hosted by Diddy, where entertainment elites supposedly gathered. The story takes an even darker turn. According to a post on X, formerly Twitter, Carter not only calls out Diddy but hints at a much larger circle, implicating big names like Oprah and Denzel Washington, suggesting they may have been aware of what went on at these parties. Additionally, Carter is accusing CPS, Child Protective Services, of being complicit in this twisted system, claiming they funneled runaways into the network instead of protecting them. She's also criticizing the public for focusing too much on the celebrities while neglecting the victims caught in this horrific web. Carter insists that attention should shift toward helping those most affected by these alleged events. Here's the punctuated version of your text. They think they can break into this industry and make it big, but they don't know what happens behind the scenes. Diddy's influence goes beyond music. It's about controlling people's lives. Attorney Tony Busby just slammed Diddy with 5 fresh...
After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
Lawsuits. This dude's representing over 120 people, claiming Diddy did them dirty in all kinds of messed up ways. The matter is so deep, they've got a squad of legal eagles, including Ava Law Group and some New York sharks from Curis Law, rolling out these lawsuits against him. They hit up Instagram to let the world know they're not playing games. Busby even went as far as promising to tear down the curtains and expose all the hidden dirt. We will expose the enablers who allowed this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates, he declared. One guy is speaking out about a Miami after-party gone wrong. He says he was chillin' with Diddy and the crew when he was handed a spiked drink. Next thing he knows, he's coming to, and Diddy's there, trying to make moves on him while he's out of it, saying all kinds of nasty things. But hold up, it's not just him. There's a woman who was still in her teen years when she claimed Diddy laced her and took advantage of her at one of his all-white parties. And she's not the only one speaking up. Another victim, a young woman who met Diddy at a Halloween bash in NYC when she was just 18, claims she was transferred across state lines that night. Things took a dark turn when she was led into a black SUV limo with Diddy and his security squad already inside. Inside that ride, she alleges she was drugged and forced into some real messed up stuff, performing while the crew watched. Diddy allegedly wasn't content with that and commanded her to go around the car. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Diddy is sitting in the middle of a storm with nearly 24 lawsuits piling up against him. Busby has been out here saying some of Diddy's victims were even little people, if you know what I mean. The word is, Diddy lured these folks with big promises of fame and fortune, getting them to come to his place thinking they'd get a shot at stardom, only to end up in a nightmare. Now, Busby says his team is locked and loaded with all sorts of evidence. Photos, videos, texts, you name it. He claims this evidence will blow the lid off Hollywood. But Diddy's clapping back hard. He totally denies all the allegations and is banking on proving his clean slate in court. According to what his attorney told Forbes in October, Diddy and his legal team are all in, betting that the courts will show he's innocent. Mr. Combs has never assaulted anyone, man or woman, his attorney stated. Here's where it gets even messier. While Busby is firing off lawsuits left and right, he's caught some heat himself. He's now on the receiving end of a lawsuit, claiming he's all about extortion. One person has accused Busby of trying to shake him down with bogus claims about events allegedly tied to Diddy's parties. Right now, though, all these claims are just that, claims. Nothing has been proven in court yet. Diddy's lawyers are on the defensive, slamming everything as baseless and calling it a smear campaign. No charges have been filed, and the entire situation is still under investigation as everyone tries to figure out what's true. It's a complex gridlock of fame, power, power and allegations that has everyone watching closely. With stakes so high and such powerful names involved, this story is bound to keep unraveling. Everyone's holding their breath, waiting to see whose version of the truth will take the spotlight. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This story is just getting started, and you won't want to miss the next jaw-dropping update.